Hello, good morning. It is not morning, it's 5 p.m. This is an irritated video. I was wanting to make this video with a coffee milkshake or maybe a soft serve ice cream from my favorite Dunkin' Donuts. However, I am not able to today because they said in a very muffled speaker, I don't know why it was that muffly, but shake machine is not working today. I said, what? The shake machine, sir, is down. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh. Okay, I'll come back tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, man. Okay, so that's really fucking stupid and I don't like it. I wanted my damn shake, man. I haven't had a coffee shake in probably a couple months. I usually get them before road trips out of state. There's still only 2 Dunkins that I know that have a soft serve ice cream machine. There's the one in the town that I work at, and then there's the one in the town next to where I live. It's really weird because you'd think maybe they'd want those machines in like the more popular Dunkin' Donuts, but I don't know. But yeah, so that's kind of stupid, but I don't care. I wanted to make a video about Darling in the Franxx? Is that what I said? Franxx. Yeah, so this is currently airing right now, and it's kind of like the go-to anime of the season, so that's always good. I literally didn't know anything about this anime. I saw a GIF image of the main female character, and then I saw like a weird cute video of her when she's a child. So I was like, okay, obviously this is popular. I thought it was going to become a meme or something, and no, it's just because people were liking this anime. So I go into this completely unbiased. I've never seen anything. I've never even heard of the manga or anything like that. All I know is somebody had said something like on my Facebook. They're like, should I do a live blogging of me watching this? I'll do my impressions after every episode. And I saw a couple of his impressions pop up in my newsfeed, and one of the episodes said like episode 14, man, the feels or something, and like, oh god, episode 15, and I was like, well shit, this sounds like it's gonna get crazy. So that was like the only opinion I had of it going in, is like shit goes down eventually, and that's I'm a big fan of shit going down, especially when it's like good substantial shit, not like a little shit. Like I like when something bad happens, which is cool. So, and also I did see a comment. Somebody had said something about Akame ga Kill, which is I thought that was a really cool anime. A couple of years ago I watched that. I think it was rushed, actually, now that I think about it. I don't really remember much. I just remember that was one of those animes where they kill off main characters and they're not afraid to. Sort of like Game of Thrones. It was like Game of Thrones, the anime, but it was set in like Japan and all that stuff. But so I went into this expecting something where people die and there's some serious consequences and sacrifice and stuff. And that's not what this is. Like, we didn't get any sacrifice in a world I think it's all about sacrifice, to be honest. It's hard to describe this anime because it's trying to combine way too much shit together. It's one of those animes clearly inspired by Neon Genesis Evangelion. That's like the biggest inspired. But there's a lot of everything in there. The fights are very Gurren Lagann, and it's I found out that the creator of this company that makes this anime is he was from Gainax originally, so they went off and did Kill la Kill and a couple other things, but so some of the same people that worked on Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann worked on this, and that's not a bad thing. I like those 2 animes, they were good. But yeah, so I went into this, I was like, okay, blah 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 blah. I can say right now that this anime is a problem with pacing, definitely, because the first like 4 or 5 episodes is all about like the main character being hated by his partners, the people in his squad, and honestly, they treat him like shit. Like, they're not very friendly to this guy. And, like, he's very quick to forgive them once he is able to, like... The whole reason he's not very popular with his friends and stuff is because he can't pilot a mech or whatever. The way mechs are piloted is there's a male and a female, and they have to have, like, the same wavelength. And his partner and him failed the test, and because, like, they're of no use, they're given the option of leaving. So the girl left or whatever, but he stayed behind just in time for this new crazy person to show up or whatever. Basically, half monster, half human person shows up, and this is all explained, like, within the first couple episodes, so this isn't, like, a severe spoiler or anything. But yeah, she's half of, like, this monster race that currently is conquering Earth right now. So she's very powerful. She's the only person who can pilot a mech by herself, and all this other crazy shit. But it's just like the first couple episodes, it's so... I feel like, you know, that's like a 2-episode, maybe 3-episode arc. But like the first, like, I swear it was like 5 episodes. That's how long it took for, like, the main character to be accepted by his friends again, and everything to be, like, kind of squared away. And then the next few episodes is kind of like about him dealing with this, like, weird problem that his body's going through because he's being in this robot with this girl or whatever. And the whole time this is happening, there's this weird romance between this girl and their squad and the main character. And the whole time we're getting, like, these weird flashbacks to when they were kids, and basically the gist is the main character was really popular as a kid because he was the first one to, like, really start thinking. They live in a society that basically brainwashes you into not having any emotions or sympathy or anything at all, morals. You're basically just it's a military planet now. So the main character as a kid was able to, like, tap into his emotions and start questioning things and stuff like that. And so, like, he was very popular. There was a little boy who was interested in him romantically. There was a girl interested in him romantically. And then he's also romantically interested in this woman that shows up because she's the only person he's been able to, like, pilot a mech with. So it's like a crazy love triangle. And it's pretty obvious, like, where it's going the entire time. But then they keep fucking pulling the shit out again. Like, we literally get, like, a closure arc with him and the teammate. Like, haha, you know, I'm not really interested in you. And then it's like, well, okay, she can see it. And then it's like, okay, she sees the, like, she's not very good for him and all that stuff. And so you see, like, all this shit going on. And then, like, again, they pull it out of nowhere. Like, around episode, like, 14 or something. Completely just pull it back out. Guess what? Boop, boop. I still love you. Haha. And, it just kind of just ruins the atmosphere of this anime. Because there's all these other questions that they could be answering or, like, giving us more exposure to. I think the best episode, honestly, I think it was episode 10. It's where they go on a field trip. I can't remember the name of the episode. The Garden, maybe? Was it The Garden? No, I don't know. It was the episode where they get rewarded for, like, doing a good job. Their cult leader, a.k.a. Papa. I'm not making this shit up. His name is really Papa. They all call him Papa. And those Japanese people love it. So yeah, basically this kid is able to, he basically gets separated from their tour group that they're in, and he starts to see, like, what the world really is, because at this point, we're 10 episodes in, we don't know shit about this place, though. Why are we living underground? Why are these monsters, like, there? You know, what are they protecting exactly? They keep talking about, like, oh, we gotta protect the adults. The adults are so important. But these kids are, like, leading these military operations only. There's no adults really doing shit in this world. So we finally get this episode where they kind of shed some light on what's going on. And the first direction they were going for was kind of like, oh, there's nobody even here. Like, because it's an underground city or whatever. But this is what they're fighting to protect, is this massive city underground. And it's lit up with magma energy. Everything's bright. It's a future city. And it's looking cool. Everything's looking awesome. and then we finally get to see like our first adult, and it's this woman who's so fucked up, and we find out that she has like her husband in this tank, and like all this crazy shit's going on, and then the kid obviously gets escorted back out of there, but we get to see like these kids are actually hated because they're contaminated or something, they were saying. So like that's the shit that was really interesting. I'm like, I want more of this. And then the next episode, they start to develop some of the other side characters, which is what I want. Like, I don't like these characters. The main characters aren't interesting enough. So like if that's the situation, you know, like good guys always win. You know, like obviously the main character and that girl are gonna be together forever, romance buddies. It's so obvious that that's the direction they're going in. So when they do that, it's like, come on, give us some either world design or some cool concepts, or give us something. But just when they start giving us some cool character interactions, like with this kid going exploring the city and like talking to these residents of the city, the next episode is like, okay, that was really strong, let's get to this next episode. And it's going in an okay direction. Basically, they want to swap teammates. They give them the option of switching teammates if they want. And one of the boys is like, you know, fucking my teammate is worthless. Let me switch to another team or whatever. So this other girl like volunteers or whatever, which causes this other kid who's like just confessed his love to her, that like she wants to try helping this kid out. So like now it's like, okay, we're getting some other character interactions in here now. It's cool. We're shaking things up. And then immediately after that, so we cut right back to the main character's love interest again. It's like, no, we already finished this. Why are you going back to this? And we go back to it. So it's so inconsistent. I don't know if it's because it's an unfinished manga, because the core concept's there, you know. They're basically pulling an Evangelion. We've got this underground city with these mysterious monsters showing up, but like Eva had like this kind of like religious overtone and like severe mental disorders, and they've got all this shit going on in it, which is really interesting stuff. Aesthetically fucking cool. You get to see like these abandoned cities and stuff, and you know, there's like some light comedy thrown in there. But this anime immediately, like, I don't know. Right now, it's looking like a